In this video, we will be talking about security setup and file security settings. It is under User Customizations, Security, Security Setup. This particular setting lets you control and set file and security related settings. First, let us look at print and download restriction. The print and download restriction feature allows you to set authorizations for data exports, such as printing, PDF conversion, Excel conversion. Now, set up the default to allow or block. For example, if you want to block it by default and only allow a certain department to be able to convert the sales menu into Excel, do the following exception. First, click on the Add Exception. Here, set up a condition name and select Settings. This is where you make the condition. You can also add a condition. Here, you can choose a department or an ID, whatever you need, and I will select the department. Select the comparison target, like so, and choose Sales. Now, I have chosen the AND because I need two conditions that need to be met. So I need the sales department and the task, which is the sales menu. Apply it like so. Now, if you need, you can also set up a false value. A false value is used so that when conditions are not met, if you need to make a certain action for that, you can make a false value, like so. Set it up like so and make sure to save. Now, as you can see, if we go to any other menu, like Purchase, and try to press Excel, there is no authorization. However, when we go to the Sales menu, and when we press Excel, it downloads successfully. Now, take note that this setting is not applied to a master ID. Now, let us move on to sending restriction settings. Similarly, decide whether you want to allow or block it. So this lets you decide whether to allow external transmission of ERP data. You can also set up an exception condition. Here, I will set it as block and set up an exception condition, and only allow a certain ID. Set up a condition name and select the condition item. It will be ID. Now, I am going to set this ID and make sure to set it as allow. Now, going back to the Purchase menu, if we decide to print this and email it, the send request has been successfully done. However, if we try to do this with a different ID, it fails like this. The next one is under File Security Settings. It is Upload Limit. The upload limit lets you decide whether you want to allow permission to upload files within ERP. Allow means you can upload them. Block means you can't upload them. By choosing the Add History, when a person tries to upload, it will be tracked at file history. Furthermore, you can also set up an exception condition setting. Lastly, this is the same for security setup and file security settings. Now you can set up a notification setting for restriction violation. When set it to use, it will send a notification when there has been a security violation that has been set up by you. Set up a notification target, the notification method, and if you want, you can set up details as well. Here's how it works. When this ID attempts to download this purchase as a Excel file, when we go back to the ID that will get the security notification, we can see the message and see that the violation of security has been sent. So this video concludes the guide on how to set up a security setup and file security settings.